No doubt. I mean, you've got 4 days basically, and you keep everything pretty simple in terms of your offense and defense. You know, you're not going to play anything outside of a cover 1 to a cover 3, maybe a little bit of 6-man odd rushes with a blitz. You see one there, and I believe we're going to get an offsides call coming up here on the Courage.
This will be the first penalty of this first of 3 games. Valor in blue, Courage in the red uniforms. And it is offside to be 5 free yards.
It looks like Vance Provost coming in on that linebacker blitz, got a little excited, can't blame him. Anytime you get to rush off the edge, and he was free too, he was coming. He was pinning those
he
ears
could
back.
tell. I'm open. I don't have. There's no hat lined up on me. I'm not getting blocked. I've got a free run here at the quarterback.
Like you mentioned, these defenses aren't going to get too exotic, but they will bring a blitz from time to time.
Be a handoff trying to get toward the outside, not able to do so. As that was Vincent Durfus getting right in there.
The big man.
Right back
Gosh, what a moose.
That's a space eater right there.
I mean, you shed the block and then you make the play. That's all you can ask for. Look at the D line right there from the Courage.
No, hey,
beast after
they
beast.
got some beef.
Good God.
You want to say where's the beef?
Yeah,
it's right there in the Courage defensive line
right there.
interior.
I see 4 of them.
That was 95 Vincent Durfus and 98 Keegan Davis, the first ones in on the action. So they'll try an option this time, and a good run block out to the far sideline, getting past the 25, inside the 25. And it'll be a first down.
Courage sent the linebacker Fuller on the blitz right there up the middle, which would have been perfect if they would have handed it off. But unfortunately, Cameron Cooper, way too smart for that. Look at those wheels, and we're off to the races.
Now, Cooper, an excellent job there to keep that himself. You know, instead he just pulls it, keeps it off that left side. Good blocking on the edge there by the receiver, and probably the best offensive play we've seen so far today from either squad. The defenses have really controlled the tempo here through the first half of the opening quarter, but here we go with the Valor on the move.
Cooper back in from Colorado Springs, Colorado. We talked about coming in on Thursday. Really the emphasis is on the skill and kind of the IQ part. A nice little screen off to the outside. Again, able to make a man miss, getting toward that first down marker. Brought down maybe
really
just a yard short.
Great call there from the Valor. Obviously, the Courage defense coming out in a man look. Everybody's sort of staring at their own guy. They don't realize that the running back's about to slip out in front of them, get a nice little gain there on first down. Exactly what you want.
Well, and especially when you look at the Courage defense, they've been extremely aggressive. So they catch them coming upfield, and then you just slip the screen out there. That time it worked, executed well. Javian Denley with a nice little move, sidestep there, slip through a tackler, and pick up some extra yards.
Yeah, if the Courage are going to keep bringing those linebackers, one way to slow that down a little bit, slow that pass rush down especially, do some screen action.
So Valor marching down the field, 2nd down and 2. A man in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep trying to get past the outside, able to do so, and breaks one tackle, trying to find some room, not able to do so. Will be brought back a few yards and bring up 3rd down.
You know, we've talked about the size inside so far for the Courage, but they've also got a lot of speed. And anytime now they've tried to run outside that sideline to sideline quickness of not only the defensive line but the linebacking core right now of the Courage, they have sniffed that out.
Yeah, Xavier Woods did a great job. Linebacker there out of Kansas, man. What a great play setting that edge.
It's not the Cowboy safety, Xavier Woods?
No, it's not. No, it's not. But it looks like he may have Cowboys sights in his future.
So 3rd down and 5, a run right up the middle. Getting back.
Ball's out.
The ball is on the ground.
Not the first time we've seen that today, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a fumble.
Wow.
Courage recovers. So
another great defensive stand out of the Courage, Nick.
It looked like Valor might be able to get some points up on the board, a run right up the middle, and Courage able to force a turnover. So turnover for each team so far.
2 possessions in a row where the Courage defense backs against the wall. First time they start, it's a fumble on the first play of the game. You got to run out there, and you're already starting way backed up in your own territory. And now they get another great defensive stand there to prevent it.
I can't say I'm super surprised to see the defenses having success early on. I think when you have just a short few days to work together, it kind of benefits the defense a little bit more than the offense.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into having that kind of continuity, getting the timing down, the rhythm, that comfortability offensively, especially in the passing game. And we haven't really seen a lot of passing early on. It's really been run through both sides.
couple of screen plays, easy plays for the quarterback.
So Courage come back out, ball on their own 13. Another quick dump out to around the 17-yard line will pick up a few.
Another tight end, Aiden Nguyen, getting in on the action, man. Double tight end set there. When you got Melton, and then you get a guy like Nguyen, that's a great security blanket there for the quarterback.
Yeah, Aiden Nguyen from Peoria, Arizona. And it is an absolutely perfect safety valve there for these quarterbacks just to kind of get comfortable, get in rhythm early on. Just get the ball out to your tight ends.
Looks like we got David McComb in at quarterback now, and he takes a shot.
Yeah, well, it's just a muffed exchange there off the snap.
So that was Shane Hutton getting in right on top, and like you said, not able to handle the snap, and number 98 was right there to wrap him up and bring up third down and long.
It's another big boy, Sean Hutton from Louisville, Texas, potential future fighting farmer.
Yeah,
Louisville had a
both
really good
defensive
year last
lines.
year.
Both defensive lines are just dominant so far to start this game.
But the size, like I'm blown away for U14. These are some big boys.
Third down and 9, back on their own 14. Bit of a high snap, able to bring it in, going deep, has a man open, and it's incomplete. Gotten into double coverage and not able to bring it in. Looks like that was number 24, Diego Coleman.
Some nice coverage there, though, over the top. And that ball just kind of hung up in the air.
Yeah, it sailed a little bit. And Diego sort of lost his footing there, but hey, another good defensive stand from the Valor, and it's just kind of been a defensive ball game at the start of this thing.
So far, you're seeing almost very high football IQ from these young players, and that's something that you really like to see after a few years being in this program. Seen some smart play so far. This one will be fielded right around the 40, maybe the 39-yard line, and the Valor will look to put something up on the board with 1:52 to go in the first quarter.
Well, field position was something coming into this one that was of note, especially when you're talking about the youngest of the three games that will play today and maybe some of the early struggles that we've seen from the offenses. And the field position has certainly favored the Valor. And I think they've started inside the 40 virtually all three of their possessions thus far.
I've been surprised that the Valor haven't tried to settle for three at all. They've been close enough for kicker Josh Gill. This dude can put it through 40, 45 yards with ease. And that could come into play later on in the game.
Nathan Commander now the quarterback in for Valor from Alabama, trying another screen pass on that far side. Not able to bring it in, though, was Ethan Lawler.
Yeah, that one just doinks right off the hands. You see Lawler trotting back over to the huddle, shaking his head. He knows he should have had that one. I don't know how much he'd have been able to get. It was going to be mano-a-mano in space along the sidelines, working on the defensive back there, Carter Gels.
Yeah, and Valor's clearly trying to, get some easy throws there for your quarterback. Unfortunately, they've had a couple of drops there from the running back and then there again from the receiver. But they're trying to use that athleticism and that aggression from that Courage defense, use it against them a little bit.
So second down and 10 after the incompletion. Commander trying to find a way out.
And there's that aggression paying off for Courage once again.
You think that was a design quarterback draw?
It looked like it to me, and
Yep.
Jaden Fuller, the linebacker, read it beautifully. Come in there and make the stick behind the line of scrimmage. Now you get him in third and long, exactly where you want him to be. I mean, this Courage defense, aside from one or two plays here or there, they've just been flawless.
So third and 12, you think Valor, I guess they got to go deep at this point, but do they have the offensive line to kind of keep back this Courage rush?
That's the question. There has not been a lot of time awarded to either of these quarterbacks. And that's when, I know you've got kind of a very vanilla offensive set, but maybe you try to get a moving pocket a little bit. Try and give these quarterbacks a little bit more time to look downfield and find an open man. And I want to see some of these secondary players get tested. We got some athletes out there.
Boy, do we ever. I mean, you talk about guys like Garrison Blair there for Valor. I mean, this kid, he could be a future at the cornerback position for this USA program. The dude's built like a rock, can play man coverage straight up. He'll lay the wood on these guys. And, that's just one, and there's a bunch of them out there on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we have a quick timeout here. USA Football, a member of the U.S. Olympic Committee, offers athletes premier skill building and competitive platforms to represent the United States in our favorite sport. Athletes in grades 6 to 11 can get started on one of 18 U.S. national team regionals held nationwide this spring and summer. Top performers earn U.S. national team roster invitations to face the world's best competition, play for and at under 16 to 19 levels. Visit usafootball.com for more. That's usafootball.com. And again, talking about that team pathways, we have a lot of players that come in and they're already kind of studs, but we have a lot of players coming in as well that go through this past 2 or 3 years to really get underneath that coaching. We got some great coaches here this week, but that pathway is something maybe a lot of people should consider. They try to go to the outside run, able to get not back to the line of scrimmage, and again, that Courage defensive line just getting the penetration early on.
It's almost like a delayed draw, in a sense, out of the shotgun there, and it's too slow developing. And right now, the offensive line just can't hold up. I mean, it seems like everybody is running free on that defensive front right now of the Courage.
Yeah, Durfus and Turner, man, just absolutely swallowing up these offensive linemen. And on 3rd and long, you're pretty much conceding a punt there.
Josh Gill with the punt, trying to pin Courage down deep, and we'll bring it right around the 14-yard line.
How about that name, though, for the quarterback for the Valor, Nathan Commander?
Commander.
I mean, exactly. I mean, that's just
a perfect name for a quarterback.
You just draw it up beautifully right there. He was born to play quarterback. I can't wait to see
Natural
Nathan
born
get a
leader.
little bit of time in the
Probably,
pocket.
I would assume.
We can see him. He's used his wheels already once or twice. See him get that arm going, man. Commander, what a great name.
Counter here, we talked about the positive field position for the Valor, the Courage. Well, they've been just in the shadow of their own end zone seemingly the entire first quarter.
McComb back out there for Courage. Let's see what he can do.
Haven't been able to get past their own 25. Trying to go deep. It's a bit underthrown. Good defense there. That secondary is broken up.
That's the second time they've tested that right side going down deep on the sideline. Wonder if they see something they like over there. I mean, it's been there. Unfortunately, the ball's hung up in the air a little bit, and the receiver hasn't been able to really find it.
Yeah, they want to get to Diego Coleman from Killeen, Texas, number 24 in red there. And he does have a little bit of a size advantage, it would appear.
That was Reed Sprague, the cornerback, with the deflection. Now they're going with a quarterback run, breaking it back toward the middle, past the 20, trying to get back to this near sideline. It has a lot of open room, past the 40, all the way out to midfield, and is brought down at the 50-yard line. A big play there. David McComb.
Earlier, you had a rolling pocket. You see that? So they roll over to the right side, and there's a clear cutback lane on the quarterback keeper. You've got over-aggressive defenses on both sides. So he rolls over to the right, and then he sees the cutback lane, and he's got a ton of green in front of him working off that left side.
No, that was a call to perfection right there from the blocking with the offensive line and those tight ends and fullbacks they had in there getting the edge set, and then McComb with the great vision to cut it back, and he showed off the wheels. And now you talk about field position. Now they can finally get in plus territory for the first time of the game, and the Courage on the move. That's a great play right there.
So that's the end of the first quarter. Still no score. We come back. Courage have the ball. The best field position so far for this Courage team at the 50-yard line.
It's exactly how you want to end the quarter right there if you're the Courage. All quarter long you've been backed up against the end zone in your own territory. Big play there. Get the juices flowing. You fumbled the ball about 100 times already, and look, it's still 0-0. Your defense stepped up for you. Now the offense comes out there. McComb leading the way. Let's see if we can go get some points, baby.
USAFootball.com is your home to gain an edge on the field. Be a better coach, player, or football parent at USAFootball.com as we are back for the second quarter of action. Courage at the 50-yard line. Their best field position so far is David McComb, the quarterback from El Cajon, California, with a nice quarterback run, able to cut it back to the near sideline and got a big gain there. First down and 10. Start off the second quarter. Back and a nice play in front. A flag is down, able to get down to around the 30. Might be coming back.
It's in the area of a hold, and that is unfortunate because that was gorgeous. A beautiful throw, but an excellent job just kind of sitting down in the zone there from Aiden Wynn, the tight end. Nice positive play, and it's going to come back.
The big man showing off soft hands and nimble feet. What a great play there from the tight end Wynn. And we talked about it with Melton and Wynn. McComb's got himself 2 stud tight ends. And in this day and age of football, there's nothing more you could ask for. That not only can these guys block, but clearly they can show off some wheels.
It was a nice catch by the tight end, coming back, though, with the holding penalty. Second down and 20, rather. Back to their own 40-yard line. McComb back in at quarterback. Rolling out again, has a man open. It's Nguyen again, back to the original line of scrimmage, and is knocked out at the 47-yard line.
Nice job. 1st and 20. You're able to pick up 12.
You talk about moving the pocket, getting your quarterback outside, nice play action, roll out, make it a little bit easy. Make your quarterback not have to read both sides of the field, and your tight end's wide open. And once again, Wynn making a play.
And it's another good call just to get the ball out quick.
Come out in the same look here.
Second down and 7. McComb back in the pocket, has another man open, able to break out a 1 tackle right around the 40 right to the first down marker. We'll see if they give it to him, but a nice play right there. Easy pitch and catch.
Another kid from Texas, Cedar Hill, Parker.
Yes.
Little guy, but great hands, quick as can be.
For those people that aren't aware, Cedar Hill is a powerhouse in Texas high school football. The Longhorns winning a pair of back-to-back state champions in 15 and 16 championships.
So Roderick Harper was able to bring it in and got to the first down. Now McComb back to the outside, has a couple of blocks, and out at the 25-yard line. So number 17 can run the ball.
Yeah, look out now. David McComb is in rhythm. He made 2 really nice passes back-to-back. Ball's out quick. Hits that back foot. Boom, it's out. And then here you're seeing the wheels with his ability to run on the move. Nice job following his blockers there. Moves the chains. And for the first time, we're really seeing an offense start to threaten.
Yeah, Courage clearly playing with some confidence here. We got offensive lineman Jerron Johnson out there, number 58, dancing. He can feel it. He's getting some pancakes. James Jones' offense playing well.
1st and 10, brought it in. What a catch. And he's down at the 1-yard line. My goodness.
Now we know why they've been trying to get it to Diego all game. What a fantastic play. Just in the air, back shoulder throw there from McComb. That was beautiful.
Yeah, and he's contested. I mean, what a gorgeous play. Both sides. Diego Coleman going up there, hands extended, gets it at the high point, but a throw from McComb. He zipped that one in there. Ball just inside the 1-yard line.
So Diego Coleman with the big catch. 1st and goal right outside the goal line. Bit of a high snap. Will run it up the middle, trying to force their way in. No signal yet, and will be just short.
Yeah, McComb signals. See, please. Hey, it's in there. Come on, guys. Now a good job defensively up front by the Valor D to keep them out.
There's Gage Rowland trying to run it through the pile. 2nd down and goal. We do have a player down. One of the offensive linemen for this Courage team.
Another great name, Brady Tank, I think it is. Number 60, offensive lineman there for the Courage. Hopefully he's okay. But those goal line situations, everybody's fighting for that 1 inch, man. Things happen.
Really nice job, though, here on this drive by the Courage. We've seen the passing game start to develop a little bit more, pushing the ball downfield. And then, of course, you had the really nice play by McComb, the quarterback, on the keeper with the run. So you're starting to see a little bit more comfortability here offensively for the Courage. They're starting to find a little bit more of a rhythm.
Yeah, it all started with that last play of the first quarter, getting McComb outside on that designed run and getting him to use those legs, and that just breathed life into this Courage offense, which was finally in plus territory for the first time all game. It looks like Tank getting up under his own power. That's great news.
It's good to see, like you said, Tank able to get back up. Hopefully everything looks to be okay for the linemen out of Salem, Oregon. That'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. As Courage looks to put points up on the board first. 8 minutes to go in the first half of action.
So we got a lineman named Tank. We got a quarterback named Commander. These parents know what they're doing.
Here we go. It's going to be McComb trying to get to the outside. Broke a few tackles. A flag comes down. Stopped behind the line.
Really athletic job there from McComb just to keep fighting away. He shrugged off 2 tacklers. And he comes away a little bit gimpy. He's holding his back there. We do have a flag for him. And it's going to be offensively there on the Courage.
Yeah, it looks like Courage wanted to get another one of those designed runs, get McComb outside and use those wheels, get to the edge. Only had about 6 inches to go, but that Valor defense getting great penetration. They were not going to let that play happen again. They've been burned on it twice already. Not going to allow it to happen for a 3rd time, in which case would have ended up in a touchdown. Now they're backed up. And let's see, we've seen the Courage defense backed up now 2 or 3 times. They've come away with a victory. Let's see if Valor can do the same.
So McComb looks to be okay. Got up a little slowly on that last run. They're going for a pass. Has a man open. It's Nguyen again. Back down around the 3. Is staying up on his feet. He's taking a trio of blue jerseys to take him down. He's down at the 4. Bring up 3rd down and goal, but another nice play by number 84.
A good open field tackling there, but Nguyen, the toughness, just not going to be denied. It ends up taking about 2 or 3 Valor defensemen to finally get him on the ground. Now a 3rd down and goal from the 4. I'd go right back to the win. Or you might have man-to-man. Now it's the short side of the field. You might want to go up to the far side here. It looks like you've got Nathan Turner.
I have offsides here. It was Nathan Turner who took off just a second early.
Courage has had a lot of success out of this formation for the
That
Courage.
is a killer.
That trips
false
right.
start penalty, man.
Yeah, that trips right to the short side of the field there for Courage. That's been a great formation for them so far. They did a bunch with it earlier as well that resulted in a big gain. But this trip situation here that they keep rolling out looks like they might. Well, no, now they got Nguyen sort of in there as that sniffer back. I bet they go back to Nguyen here.
They're going to try the reverse. Has a lot of open room. Trying to get to the corner. Not able to do so. A big play in front.
Well, this number 5 is unbelievable, and we don't have a 5 of this.
We don't have him on here.
On our roster, which is unfortunate. It might be Cameron Scott from Holtham City.
Maybe Elijah Price there.
But what a play, nonetheless, by number 5, able to close down the open room and brought him down. Only a gain of 2, so here comes a field goal attempt.
I thought Harper may have had the edge there, but what a great defensive play.
In trouble with the snap. Espinoza looking to put up the first points of the ball game. It's no good. It's to the right, so we still have a shutout. 5:51 to go here in the second quarter.
Oh, Valor pumped.
Yeah, well, they stepped up defensively. Like I said, we've seen Courage do it a couple of times so far today, and a couple of penalties, a couple of big defensive stops, and Valor gets the victory there on the defensive side of the ball. Give it back to your offense and see if they can get things going. They haven't had too much success through the air, a little bit on the ground, but that Courage defense, starting with the defensive line, those linebackers running all over the place, and just the aggression and the speed of this Courage defense has really gotten the best of Valor to this point. Now Ethan Plum in there at quarterback. Let's see what he can do. We know this guy's got all the tools.
Another flag coming in.
This might be another false start. It is.
So both teams struggling to stay perfect on the penalty side of things. Another penalty this time. It's on Valor. Here comes a blitz on the outside, and a Nice wrap up there.
Goodness, what a gorgeous
Sean
tackle.
Johnson, I believe.
It was indeed Sean Johnson, Nick. Beautiful play, just trying to get it out there in the flats. He comes up, he knows, hey, I've got to make this tackle in space, or who knows what is going to happen afterwards. He's really the only man out there, and he comes up, and that's exactly how you teach it. Textbook play there.
He's seen his defensive linemen, teammates. He's seen his linebackers make some plays. He said, you know what, I'm trying to get on the action too.
Yeah, guys, so far we've seen the defensive backs on both of these teams really making some heads-up plays. Trying for a screen, another tackle. Maybe behind the line. Football came out.
Xavier Woods once again.
Before, though.
Yeah.
Second time we've seen him flash today. Plays in the backfield all over. First it was on the run play. That time retraces his steps, gets out there after the running back, and gets him behind the line of scrimmage. What a great play.
Yeah, and again, in space, just a really nice tackle here defensively from the Courage. And they are showing their skill set.
My boy Keegan Davis in there in the middle. Imagine trying to block him. I mean, you're in 6th grade.
A big, big kid.
You're trying to enjoy your summer. Next thing you know, you got Keegan Johnson and
It's that Kansas
Keegan
City
Davis in
barbecue.
front. Yeah, that KC barbecue. I hope he's had some Texas barbecue since he's been in town the last few days.
3rd and 17. Plum trying to escape, able to do so momentarily. Looking for an open man. Has someone down around the 40, but it's intercepted, underthrown. And is brought down. That time it's Keeson Meeks with the interception.
3rd down and 17. Ethan Plum just trying to make a play down the field. And he rolls out, and I love the escapability. He showcased that several times already in this first half. But he's got to know. He doesn't have a man open. Hangs that ball up underneath, and it ends up being intercepted.
Yeah, it's
Kinda
3rd
works
down.
as a punt, maybe, with how we've seen some of these
A
kids.
little bit, yeah, a little bit. Like you said, a great job by Plum getting out of the pocket, using his wheels. But just a great play there. Rashawn Meeks.
Stephen Gill in at quarterback now for the Courage. Has a nice slant pattern. Trying to break it back to the inside. Has a lot of blockers. Trying to get to that end zone and is in. And the Courage strike first.
Carson Darby, the Little Elm kid from Texas. What a great play. As soon as Gill steps in the game, we know about this kid's skill set. Absolute field general. One of the strongest arms we've seen out of 6th grader. And just a beautiful play. He had a complete wall in front of him of blockers. Mr. Darby makes a fantastic play.
Yeah, no flags either. And a really good job blocking to spring him loose. Darby with the speed to finish. Our first touchdown of the game comes with 3:51 to go in the first half. We're starting to see these offenses show a little something now.
Yeah, started with McComb leading the charge, mostly with his legs.
It's a beautiful kick right down the middle.
Right down the middle, so 7-0 Courage, 3:51 to go. And Zach, like you said, we're starting to see the offenses starting to loosen up a little bit. We've seen a couple of nice plays on both sides, but right there, we have Stephen Gill come in and make the easy pitch and catch for the first score of the ball game.
How about that from Stephen Gill? First play, first snap. Let's go ahead and throw a touchdown, 1-for-1. I'll go ahead and take a seat, Coach.
This Courage defense, so far they've had their backs pinned, but have stood strong every time. Got a turnover last possession. There's Keeson Meeks forced the turnover. So Valor coming in now.
Cameron Cooper in at quarterback, Colorado Springs kid.
We'll have a sweep here on this near sideline, picking up about 4 yards. That time was Braden Chavez.
Vance Provost, man, we've seen him flash so far at the linebacker position today. Just a great job stretching that play out. He was right there in the hole, and Braden Chavez said, nope, don't want to do that. Provost said, all right, no problem. I'll stretch you out to the sideline. I'll give you 2 yards.
You know, I'd like to see Chavez, though, take that north and south.
I think so, too.
Get up the field. You're giving up ground there, trying to make that to the outside. And we've already talked about the sideline-to-sideline speed here of this Courage defense.
So Cooper in shotgun. Quarterback run, again trying to get to that sideline, able to cut it back. A nice move, gets toward the first down markers, brought down just about a yard short at the 39.
Courage, once again, bringing the linebacker Fuller, and it pays off for him, except for the fact that, man, Cameron Cooper's got some legs on him.
Yeah, what does Cameron Cooper do, though? He cuts back inside, he lowers his shoulders, and he runs right up the field.
North and south.
You know, we're not getting cute here, trying to run around the edge and the perimeter and try and go out wide and use your speed. Everybody's fast right now on the field. You just lower your shoulders, square up, and let's go ahead and go helmet on helmet, pad on pad.
That lowering of the shoulder got him that extra yard, did pick up the first down. Now we'll go for a pass down the field. Is caught over the top and has a lot of room. No one's going to catch him, and the Valor response, a quick strike.
So that is
Madden Williams. What another great name. What a football name.
I've been waiting for Madden Williams to make a play here today. This kid, and it's 1-to-1 again. And who wants it? He goes up there, reaches the ball at the highest point. Defender gets turned around, isn't sure where it is. Madden Williams takes it the difference. But that has to be a situation. His parents grow up playing the video game. We're naming our kid Madden.
Yeah.
And he is a baller.
No, he absolutely is.
Gill in to attempt the extra point.
When we saw a one-handed touchdown grab out of Williams in the scrimmage just the other night, the dude makes fantastic catch after catch just in random mundane practices throughout the week, and he shows off those great hands once again. And it was just a great call. I mean, once again, we see Courage with the linebacker blitz being aggressive. They had no safeties over top. We're just going man-to-man. Madden Williams says, throw it up, baby. I'll go make a play.
Well, how about you just see the 14 and under able to high point the ball at such a young age? That's definitely something, like you said, it's probably just a football name. You have the first name of Madden. You got to be good at football. And right there, able to high point it and break free, and then showed off the speed to close it out. Tied up 7 apiece, 3:14 to go. Courage looking to get right back. Quick pass, picks up a few yards before being knocked out.
5 is just a menace.
Yeah, he's all over the field. All over the field. Once again, we get the Courage moving the pocket, making things a little bit easier on your quarterback. Gill's 2 for 2. He's got a touchdown already. The confidence is through the roof. And thank God he's got a great security blanket at the tight end position, Mr. Mitchell Melter.
So Mitchell only able to pick up 2.
You mentioned these guys high pointing the ball, Nick. I mean, we just saw it with Madden Williams. We saw it with Diego Coleman earlier. It didn't result in a touchdown, but got right down there to about the 1-inch line. These guys know how to play some football at a young age.
So run up the middle by Drew Earhart from Bennett, Nevada.
Good tackle by Mason Skimbo, working inside there. Sets up a 3rd down.
You know, I was talking about 98 Keegan Davis on the defensive line for the Courage, but my goodness, the Valor got themselves a big boy 98, Mr. Sean Hutton, the Louisville kid. What a moose.
And Hutton started the game early with one of the best defensive plays to open things up in that first quarter.
That would probably be someone we see on Friday nights soon enough. Like you said, potentially a fighting Farmer. Trying to go deep, has a man open, and just about a step overthrew him. Was looking for Chavez again.
And Chavez was there. Braden Chavez had a step there on both defensive backs that were covering him over the top. Safety help, beat his corner, stacked him, did an excellent job. Ball just a little too over to the sideline, but one that Chavez maybe had a chance to make.
Yeah, Gill shows off that strong arm once again, and Cam Scott, the DB out of Haltom, local kid, looks like he may have gotten a hand on him, but ref says, nope, we're not going to throw the laundry.
So with 2:12 to go, Valor will have the ball right around midfield as they have a little bit of momentum going their way now on the offensive side. See if they can grab their first lead going into the halftime break.
Wonder who will be the quarterback trotting out here.
The commander himself.
All right. They're spreading them out. Trip set.
So Nathan Commander back in. Ball on the 50-yard line, 2:12 to go. A handoff right up the middle, able to pick up 4.
Nice. And right there, there's no wasted motion. There's no hesitation. There's no delays. It's get the snap, draw play, boom, get up the field. You pick up a nice 5 yards, you're setting yourself up ahead of the chains.
Yeah, really nice play there, running back Stephen Jordan. Gets the ball 100 miles an hour north and south. Let's not play any games. Not much time here, obviously. Things are dwindling down. Valor's going to have to be able to throw the ball here, which they haven't had a ton of success doing today, other than Mr. Madden Williams. And they got him, well, it doesn't even look like he's on the field right now.
Valor with 2 timeouts left, a minute and a half to go. Screen able to set it up, gets past the 45, breaks out of 1 tackle, lost the football, and is recovered by Courage.
Well, you hate to see that. Stephen Jordan, he makes a great play as a running back on the previous play. Does a nice job out of the backfield there. Great catch, just fighting for the extra yards. Knows that the half is dwindling down. Got to get everything you can. And sometimes defense, man, when you're fighting, you rally to the football. You get enough red jerseys to the ball, somebody can go punch that thing out.
Yeah, I think it was Kashawn Meeks, 27 in red. They came over there and punched that out. Like
Turnover machine.
Just gang tackling, and you're fighting for extra yards. You get them to stand up there, and you come in here and just punch that football out. Big turnover. Minute 21, trying to go down the field, take the lead there. And now all of a sudden, coming on back, the Courage have an opportunity to take the edge going into the halftime break.
There's Dominic Collins out of Lawton, Oklahoma, picked up the fumble. Got it back for the Courage. They have all 3 timeouts, a minute 21 to go. Trying for a quick pass on that near sideline. Not able to bring it in was Cash Webb.
Looks like they're going with Vanden Duggar out there to close out the half here. We've seen Duggar a couple of times, and unfortunately it was at the start of the game when the Valor defensive line was just all over the place, and Duggar couldn't get much going. Let's see if he can put a drive together here to close the half.
Second down and 10. A little bit of a shovel pass. Got past midfield right around the first down marker. Looks like he will get right to that first down marker. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Justice Nicholson, welcome to the game, man. That was a nice job
play
there. Good play design.
Yeah, just that little quick fake. They catch the defensive line rushing right up the field, and you do that quick shovel pass, pitch, almost an underhand toss just to get it out there into the flats.
Whatever it was effective. First and 10 into Valor territory.
They got Melton split out wide here. Let's see if they can find him.
65 seconds to go. 3 timeouts left for Courage. They try to go. Almost intercepted.
Yeah, that one there.
They try to find Weber again.
It was good coverage from Reed Sprague, defensive back. And he just ate that up. But again, Chavez was open off that right side if they had to hit him. Or Dominique Collins. It's Owen Connor, from Clermont, Florida. Number 1 in red off that right side. You see him here at the bottom of your screen.
Second down and 10, tied at 7. 59 seconds to go in the first half of action. A handoff right up the middle, able to break through a few tacklers and gets down. That was Nicholson again.
The Courage still have all 3 of their timeouts to work with.
I think they just used their first one right
there. You go. So, the clock's not really a huge issue for them right now.
Actually, looks like the Valor just took that one. Maybe they're trying to get the ball back. Third down, get a stop here. Give yourself about 40 seconds to go put up a couple of more points. We know about their kicking situation. They got a great kicker. And, Josh Gill can put it in from 40.
Great coaches are always learning. USA Football makes it easy to lift your knowledge and your team. Click Development and Training at usafootball.com and see what coaches are talking about. Click Development and Training at usafootball.com today. A lot of resources on that USA Football website. did talk about earlier the type of coaching that these kids get. 38 of the 42 coaches here through USA Football are actually college football coaches, so molding the future of American football. A lot of these coaches coming in with these young players. There's a quick pass there, just short, bring up 4th down.
And now you got a decision. Do you want to play field position, or do you want to keep the offense out there and try and go for this 4th down?
I think you go for it here, Zach. I think your defense, I mean, the defense of the Courage has been pretty much flawless other than that one big play to Madden Williams just a few minutes ago. But Courage defense has been fantastic, and if you can get this 1.5, maybe it's a long one, get yourself in position to go take the lead here. If I'm the Courage, I'm going for it.
So Valor just used their final timeout with 41 seconds left. It'll be about 4th down and 2 on the Valor 39-yard line. Looks like they will end up punting it as Isaac Espinoza from Richmond, California comes out. So Espinoza, a short punt right around the 32-yard line, so Valor will
probably not what James Jones was looking for there when he was thinking about playing that field position game.
Yikes. Well, got good hang time, though.
Fantastic hang time. I mean, glass half full right there, Zach. You got to love that.
Yeah, I'm trying. But certainly with the way that one played out, maybe if you had that one over again, you'd have just gone for the long one.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20. Probably thought he'd get a better punt there, but it's all right. He's got a fantastic defense, and let's see if they can get a big stop.
So 34 seconds, no timeouts left for Valor. Courage bring a rush and able to get the sack.
Suffocating. Just suffocating defense by that front 4. No time at all. I mean, they are just in the backfield as soon as this quarterback takes the snap.
He's got nowhere to go. Guys like Jared Jackson all in his grill from the start. The Grand Prairie kid makes another play. We've seen him multiple times in the backfield, making plays all over the field for this Courage defense. And just big credits to that, not only the defense, but especially that defensive line. They've absolutely dominated the trenches today, and it's paid off for them. It's exactly why I figured, head coach James Johnson, let's go for that 4th and 1 right there. You can trust your defense. You know your defense is going to get a big stop. Valor's down. I'm pretty sure they're out of timeouts at this point.
Had 2 timeouts left for Courage and none left for Valor. 23 seconds to go. Courage just using their first timeout as Valor lost 6 on that first play.
Well, they're thinking, hey, we got a chance to get the ball back.
Yeah, Courage is like, hey, give me 10 seconds. I'll send Gil out there. We'll go
Take
get
a
another
shot
touchdown.
down the field. Why not? Or kick a long field goal. Some movement along the line.
Everybody's pointing at the other team here. No, he jumped first.
No. He jumped first.
Coach, I promise it was
no,
the
it
other
wasn't
guy.
me, Coach.
It was him.
We'll find out
It'll
exactly
be on the
who
Courage.
moved.
Looks like it'll be offside, so it will be against the Courage.
They go get some of that yardage back they lost there on that big first down sack. Let's see if Plum, I'm going Plum to Madden Williams here.
Well, Plum's shown you the ability to extend plays on the move.
So
There
again,
he is.
pressure from Courage.
Oh.
Plum not able to break free this time. Got hit hard.
That relentless effort right there out of that defensive line from the Courage,
Just
making their
can't-
mark all over this game.
Can't speak highly enough about that front four. And it doesn't matter who they're putting in right now. They're rotating guys in and out. They're all just dogs along that defensive line.
Big Devin Jones, man, he's made his presence felt all week long. The dude's got a high motor, about as high as it gets, and the dude is massive.
So
you can say that about just about any one of these defensive lines for the Courage.
Courage using their second timeout. 16 seconds left will bring up 3rd down and 13. It's not really that they're bringing a whole lot of guys either. It's just the defensive line.
Yeah. They're just beating the man right in front of them.
Yeah, when you got guys like, you got guys like Devin Jones, you can do that. Just rush 4, and we'll wreak havoc on your quarterback all afternoon.
21st Century Football is here, built by USA Football. The football developmental model is a framework for fun and fitness through America's favorite sport, open to every youth and scholastic program. Sign up to discover football's future at usafootball.com/FDM. That's usafootball.com/FDM. So here we go, 3rd down 16, or 3rd down and 13 rather, with 16 seconds left. Plum again steps back, will have to be chased out of the pocket again, has a little bit of room, looking for someone, instead will take it out himself, gets a 1st down and then some, is brought down at the 46-47 yard line.
The toughness there shown by Plum, and he definitely paid for it as he gets up trying to shake it off, but showcasing his mobility yet again.
He's tried to get back to the sideline, not able to do so.
Taking a bit of a beating here in this first half.
Yeah.
Tough kid.
So that will end the first half of action. We have all zeros up on the scoreboard. But Ethan Plum being attended to right now.
I wonder. Yeah, it will be the half. It seemed like there were a couple of seconds left on the board. They'll just go ahead and talk that off.
So that will do it for the first half of action. Tied at 7 between Valor and Courage. You're watching the Middle School Bowl Game Series. It's the 2019 Texas Classic here on Game On Sports. We'll take a quick break, and coming up on the other side of the half, we'll have special guest Alan Papadinas. We'll talk a little bit more just about the program as a whole, so make sure to stay with us here on Game On Sports. You're watching the 2019 Texas Classic.
Sports has always been a part of my life. My two daughters and my father, coaching us inspired.
Your motto and your athlete's motto should be to treat others the way you want to be treated.
It's kind of like just let the coach the kids, just let the coach deal with the officials.
Be the way you want your kids to be.
We can't express how much youth sports help our 3 kids.
Welcome to USA Football's Virtual Parents Clinic. My husband Mike and I want to share what we've learned both through our own experience and talking to football parents across the United States.
You already know Team USA out here, bro. Team USA, we out here giving back to our community. You feel me? It's the only way to do it.
I am so grateful to have this group of men here today from USA Football. They are here engaging in varsity.
USA! 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 Dance parties going on, we got competition, everybody's warming up to us, we're having fun, we love the whole group, they love us. Hi, Mommy, Dad. We love the kids. We love people. We love all people. Hey, spread the love. We should spread the love. He's gonna be on my side.
Y'all are our future, and I look around and you guys are going to be off in college, off in careers in just a few years. Maybe some of y'all are going to play professional football, but you guys are the ones that are going to be in charge of our communities to come. And you guys are the ones that are going to have the opportunity to interact and to hire people that have intellectual disabilities.
Nice meeting you, guys. We're gonna miss you, best friend.
Y'all two, we'll just bring you.
Y'all two right there.
No,
Welcome back to Frisco, Texas,
on,
as
good.
we are halfway through the first game. We'll cap off a very exciting 4 or 5 days here for the U.S. Football Middle School Bowl Series, and we have Eric Chiafalo down on the field, is now joined by Valor head coach John Medlow. We'll go ahead and toss it down to Eric.
And through the process, not only on the field, but off the field.
Coach, it's been times. It's good.
Spending the last few days with it. You know, it's been a great opportunity. You know, I've been fortunate to do this now for the last 3 years, and getting these kids to come here for a week and getting to know them and getting to know their families has just been a great experience for not only me but my coaching staff as well. So we love coming down here, and the kids have been awesome all week.
Absolutely. So what stuck out to you this year? You said you've been here 3 years. What stuck out to you this year that's been so exciting?
You know, the talent is really good this year. You know, we've been fortunate the last couple of years where we had good talent. This year, the kids are just doing a really good job of doing everything that we need them to do. We coach in college, so we're trying to bring that college coaching to them. And we've been able to do that this week, and they've really responded well to what we've been trying to tell them to do. So it's been great.
So you come all the way from Minneapolis, right? And you're down here in the heat of Texas. What's that been like for you? And have you gotten a chance to try any good barbecue down here?
So we haven't been able to try any barbecue. We go to Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you know what I mean? But other than that, you know, the heat this year was not like it was last year. It's actually hotter in Minneapolis today than it is down here. But we can handle it, so we can handle it. It's been a good week, so. Very good,
very good. So before we get you out here, what do you want to do in the second half? What'd you like from your team in the first half? What do you want to do in the second half?
You know, I really liked how our team responded. You know, to them, a little bit of adversity. They scored first. Our defense has been playing awesome, and then offense came out and got a big touchdown at the end. We've been a second half of practice, second half of scrimmage, second half. We've been a second half team all week. I think we can come out and get it done.
All right, very good. Well, good luck, Coach. Thank you very much. And we'll send things back up to the booth. That's head coach John Medlow from the Valor.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. And head coach John Medlow is back up here in the booth. Nick Laupia, Zach Wolchek. We're now joined by Al Pops.
We got
Perfect.
Pops with us,
Pop
baby.
joined us here last year as well. And, well, most of the players got here Thursday. Coaches were here the day before, but this kind of caps off the exciting extra or kind of long weekend here. What's it been like here in Frisco throughout this week?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me back. I guess I didn't turn off too many viewers last year, so I appreciate you guys having me back. This is kind of the icing on the cake of our week here. We were over at UT Arlington. These kids have practiced hard. 2 days or 2 practices a day, sometimes in helmet and shoulder pads. So we're mindful of this Texas heat. These kids are coming from all over. We have kids from Portland, Seattle, California. We have some East Coast states represented. Obviously a heavy Texas base, but these kids have acclimated well to what it's like to be an athlete at the next level, with meetings, with team meals, making friends with people that might be a little bit quote-unquote different from them. They're not friends with them at home, but this week they've come together, and it's kind of like a microcosm for all the world a little bit.
So, Pops, for those that don't know, why don't you tell us a little bit about your role here with USA Football and what you've really been doing to make this whole weekend or week possible?
Yeah, I'm just a small part of an outstanding team that we've had here, under senior manager Aaron Ingram, who, the guy lives and dies in his office in Indianapolis. And, I'm just a small part of it, but, my role really is kind of evaluating this middle school talent that we see at our 18 regionals around the spring. And, we have a very strict evaluation and invite process. This isn't an event where we'll throw out invites to 1 billion kids, and the first 100 that sign up, we'll roll with it. That's not how we do it. You can see we only have 3 quarterbacks on a team. We only have 3 running backs on a team. We only have 10 offensive linemen on a team. So it's very selective, and you really, really have to earn your way here. And that's kind of my role, just to make sure we get the right kids here, both on and off the field. So
nobody knows these kids better than you. Who has stood out to you not only from the first half of this one, but maybe just from the week of practice leading up?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take this game, because it's right in front of us here. I think the quarterback play has been phenomenal between Plum and McComb for, obviously Valor and Courage. Those guys are leaving it all out there on the field right now. And we've talked about it up here during halftime. The defensive line play on both teams has been elite. It's pretty interesting to see all these kids come together. And naturally, I feel like the defense is having a stronger game, but that's what happens in events. It takes time for offense to be installed. It takes time for quarterback and receiver chemistry to grow. But at D-line, you just line up and play. So,
Matt Williams made a huge play there for the long touchdown. What can you tell us a little bit about that young man?
Yeah, Madden's a kid that, we talked about in our pre-production meeting about a kid who's had a strong week. In our scrimmage the other night, he made an amazing catch that, everyone stopped, turned, and went, oh my God. Jaw-dropping ability out of him. And, it's one thing to do it in practice, it's one thing to do it in the scrimmage, but for him to come out here again under these bright lights here and display it, that proves that it's not just a fluke. The kid's got some talent.
Now, can I ask you who number 5 is on the Valor squad? We don't have him listed on our roster, but this dude has been super impressive in the first half.
Yeah, Zion Royal. He had a great week of practice. He actually signed up the day before to come here. We had a drop and we had an open defensive back spot, and we asked Zion, who graded out exceptionally well at the regionals. We said, Zion, we got a spot, man. Do you want to come play? And he did.
He's certainly made the most of it.
Yeah, so where is Zion from?
Zion Royal is from Texas, I believe. He also is a track athlete who has just done phenomenally on the field and off the field.
I think another cool thing, you talk about how strict it kind of is, getting these, you only hand it out to a certain amount of players, but there's a lot of college coaches here, and you guys are very strict on who you guys invite out here to coach these young players. What kind of goes into that process, that vetting process of how you guys pick out what coaches you want to invite and bring in for this week?
Great question. Let me backtrack real quick. Zion's actually from Missouri, so
Missouri.
My apologies to him and his family at home. So just like these players have had to earn their way here, these coaches have as well. Me and Coach Ingram talk about, we don't know this beast that we've created. We had 2,900 coaches apply to be part of this, and we think we've narrowed it down to the best coaching staffs that we could have possibly put together. Here this week, we have 38 out of 42 are college-level coaches, including every head coach in the 3 games you'll see today. In addition to 2 weeks ago when we were in Ohio running the Ohio Middle School event, we had 2 coaches from the Cincinnati Bengals in this event. So, people want to be a part of this. You're telling me that we're getting NFL guys who on their probably they're only 2 weeks off out of the whole year. They want to come be a part of this. I mean, they wouldn't do that if it wasn't special.
And this isn't just like 1 or 2 events throughout the year. We talk about the development model and that kids are in here for years throughout perfecting their craft. It's not just something that you see every couple of months, that kind of like camps or something, but it's throughout the entire year and multiple years for a lot of these kids.
Yeah, we hate that C word, camp. We never use it. This is a program and a family. This isn't an all-star game. This is an event. This thing, there's a starting point with us and there's an end point. So, a lot of these kids will come through regionals. They'll be part of the middle school bowl. If they're lucky enough, do the right things on and off the field, they get invited to the International Bowl, which is in January, right up the street at AT&T Stadium, where, we take this where we're playing, USA versus USA. International Bowl, we have other countries come. We have Japan. We have the Canadian provinces come. We've had France, Panama. Just a bunch of teams, a bunch of different countries coming with their best football players to show us what they got.
So if you've got kids watching at home, or maybe they're here at the stadium and they're looking at this and saying, man, I'd love to play for USA football one day. What are some ways or things that they can do to possibly get an invite here to this event or to be a part of USA football?
It's extremely, extremely simple. It's usafootball.com/national teams. It'll give you all the information on, how do I get here? First step, obviously, attend a regional. Let our guys evaluate you. Coaches, scouts, you get evaluated real well, and we carry you through the program.
We have Cameron Cooper from Colorado Springs back in at quarterback for this Valor team, tied up at 7 to start off the second half of action. A run to the outside, able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. Well, so, Al, what are you expecting to see in this second half? Both these teams saw the offensive start to loosen up a little bit toward the end of that first half.
Bingo.
Too.
That's exactly it. Like I said, offense takes time to click. You'll see strong defensive play, obviously, from the get-go, but now these guys are settling in. The nerves might be, getting shaken off a little bit. So I hope that we'll see a little bit more offense this half.
He's able to pick up 3 on the first play of the third quarter. Second down and 7 now. Ball on the 28-yard line. Another handoff, this time up the middle. Able to break through a few tacklers, past the first down marker, and we'll get a first down. It's impressive, hard-nosed running right there.
How about that from Steven Jordan? And you guys have had tons of great running backs come through this program.
Yeah, the alumni that we're building here, not only at the running back position, but throughout are insane. And I'm sure you guys maybe hit on it in the first half when I was down on the field. But you look, we had 6 picks in the top 60 of the NFL draft this year. Including N'Keal Harry, who went to the Patriots, and just a bunch of really great guys that are going to represent our program into their future programs.
So first down and 10, Cooper back. It's flushed out of the pocket, now trying to find a little bit of room. Got a block on that outside, past midfield, and will be escorted out right around the 44-yard line. So a big run by Cameron Cooper.
There you go, with Matt Williams blocking along the edge to spring a little bit of extra yardage there. So with Madden, you talked about the excellent catching, but the blocking ability there as well on the outside.
Yeah, note to receivers out there at home, be a complete player. Coaches want to see the blocking downfield. These college guys, they hammer that home. Not anyone, but a lot of people can make catches. A lot of receivers can make spectacular catches, but are you doing the little things? Are you blocking? Are you blocking guys downfield if you don't get the ball? What are you doing to separate yourself?
It's rare to see kids of this age, wide receivers in particular, be that aware and have the kind of football IQ to get upfield and, like you said, make those tackles downfield.
Absolutely. When your coaches are college receiver coaches, they preach that.
Yep.
Quick timeout there from head coach John Medlow, trying to get things set up. Well, Pops, thank you so much for joining us here. And the clock, as you're pointing out, still running. We probably need to add about 5 seconds or so back onto that thing. But we will talk to you, I'm sure, coming up later on with our second and third games. Yeah. We're excited for this entire triple header. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm here whenever you guys want to have me up here.
Hey, we'll have you on every game, dude. You are a wealth of knowledge. We love chatting with you.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll be right back just a second. The Valor coming back out on the field using their first time out of the second half. Tied at 7, but they are driving behind Cameron Cooper, quarterback out of Colorado Springs. He's doing it on the ground so far, doing a quick out to the wide receiver. Again, getting blocks downfield, back toward the inside to the 20, lowers the shoulder, runs over a defensive back, and is out right around the 17-yard line.
Well, we were just talking about that with Al. Stephen Jordan, there he is again. Nice finish, lowering his shoulder. Beautiful play along the sidelines and a big run, probably the biggest run we've seen so far here this morning.
We're now joined back Eric Chiafalo back from field level. 8:03 to go, tied at 7, and this Valor team, again, they're marching. Cameron Cooper with a nice little screen pass, gets it inside the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10. Cooper on the design quarterback run, but Courage are in the backfield and lost it 2. Looks like Jaden Fuller from Memphis, Missouri got in that time to make the tackle.
Durfus doing a nice job there on the edge as well. We've seen him do that time and time again. No one sets the edge quite like Durfus does, and he just gave Cooper, nowhere to go.
So, Eric, when you were down there, any of these 6th graders maybe in your size range yet, or is that a little bit later on in the day?
I saw a couple of beards. I was looking up at most of them, and I was just thoroughly impressed. They were amped, too, getting ready to come back out for the second half, man. They were jumping, hollering, and they couldn't wait to get cranking again.
So handoff right up the middle, good blocks up front. Right around the 14-yard line.
I love Stephen Jordan's downhill running, his attitude, man. We saw the fumble earlier there to close out the half, but it was just because he was trying to fight for every yard. The dude is north and south. As soon as he gets the ball, he's 100 miles an hour, and he's not the kind of guy you want to be in front of. It's usually going to take 2 or 3 of those red jerseys to get him to the ground.
And that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm a fan of just put your foot in the ground and let's get upfield. And Jordan's certainly done that as we've seen the running game really become very effective. A big 3rd down and 5.
So Cooper back, and again, has a couple of red jerseys chasing after him, and looking for a man, and has it. Is it caught?
He got him.
He got it.
Williams.
It's a nice job there, rolling to his right, extending the play from Cameron Cooper. And a ball that was a little bit low, but it was well covered on the outside, and an excellent job by Madden Williams to get down to the ground, scoop his arms underneath the ball to secure the catch.
Yeah, Brady Grons was chasing him around the edge there, coming on the blitz. And Cooper just did a really nice job evading the pressure, rolling out, keeping his eyes downfield, and making an accurate pass on the run. And, of course, who comes up with it, it's always going to be Mr. Madden Williams.
Cooper and Williams connecting, 1st and goal now. Ball on the 5-yard line. They're going with the sweep to the outside, trying to break on the far side to the pylon, and is in. Braden Chavez puts the Valor on top for the first time today.
I like that speed there from Chavez. We've seen him try to get this play going, that jet sweep there with Chavez. He's got the speed. He's done a little too much dancing throughout the game, but that time he said, forget this. I'm burning to the corner. I'm faster than you, and it doesn't matter, Xavier Woods. I'm going to beat you to the edge.
Yeah, an excellent job there to finish. And the Valor pending the extra point. Up by 7.
So the Valor, first possession of the second half, able to march down the field with Cameron Cooper, Madden Williams, Brandon Chavez with the touchdown, and it's 14-7, 5:53 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Chavez limped off the field there a little bit, gets the score, fights for every yard, manages the touchdown, sort of came up a little bit gimp there. Not sure if it's an ankle or definitely in a lower extremity there, but he's walking around. He's kind of gingerly walking around, but we'll see if he comes back in the game.
The sport's best work with USA Football to teach the latest in blocking and tackling. Learn more, teach, and perform USA Football's contact and tackling systems for smarter and stronger play. Visit football-development.com today. That's football-development.com. So now we'll see Courage come out, trailing for the first time. A penalty against Valor. Offside, so 5 free yards, first down and 5 now. Here comes McComb. Had a lot of speed in that first half. Again, trying to get to the outside. Picks up 4.
Had a nice hole there, too. Good job by the offensive line getting out there in space, pulling out in front, and a good job leading his way through the hole was his running back, Justin Nicholson.
Yeah, it's pretty clear what James Jones and this Courage offense wants to do when McComb's in the game. They like those design runs. He's got the wheels for it, and they've found success quite a bit doing those outside design runs there with McComb, and here we go once more.
Come right back to him and able to show the patience. Got a nice hole opened up for him and fights forward. Easy first down right around the 43-yard line.
You said it, Nick, the patience there out of McComb and the vision. We've seen it time and time again. The blocking's been stellar, and he gets a couple of holes. He always picks the right one. He's not easy to bring down.
No, not at all. He's a tough runner and able to move the chains. And we're really seeing the running game now become a lot more effective from both offenses as we've started here into the third quarter.
That's what Pop said he wanted to see, what he expected to see in this second half is a little more offense, and they're starting to open up on both sides right now. Under 5 minutes to go. McComb steps back, is deflected and intercepted, and it's Valor ball.
And just a little bit of a rush throw there. Pressure coming in his face of David McComb at the last second. And initially it seemed like just peeling off, and we've seen that play work to the tight end kind of in the flats inside there, but a nice job just stepping in front and making that play defensively for the interception.
Yeah, the linebacker, Ronan Martin, Afton, Oklahoma kid, really, really big play there, stepping up for the defensive side of the ball there for Valor. And I just talked about it down there at halftime with head coach John Medlow. I mean, he said this has been a second-half team all week. The second half of their practices are always better. The second half of the scrimmage the other night, they were better. And it looks like they're coming out strong here in the second half today.
Second turnover forced. We have the Valor back up by a touchdown, trying for the quarterback run, but is flushed down and all the way back.
Devin Jones, once again, the high motor, the angry attitude he plays with pays off once again with a fantastic sack, and it could have been any one of those Courage defensive linemen. Poor Nathan Commander gets the ball, and he's just got to bail out of there because there is just red jerseys all around.
Well, it's unfortunate because Connor Torson was wide open, 24 in blue, really from the snap. He was uncovered, just not enough time to be able to see him down the field.
Commander really hasn't been given a whole lot of time. Again, defender right in his face, able to get a nice pass going, cutting back toward the middle, has a couple of blocks past the 45.
Oh!
A big block on that side. A flag comes in.
That one's coming back, boys.
All the way to the 20, but it will be coming back.
You know, there was a time when that just would have been a heck of a block.
That's a high five, and way to go, son.
My, oh, my.
Good news,
Xander
the Courage
Jr.
defender popped right up off the ground, so that's great to see.
From Fort Worth, Texas, just lowering the boom on that side. And I didn't,
I think
watching
maybe
it live.
Maybe would have been a block from behind. It was a clean hit, clean block, no
not
contact
in this climate,
to the
it's
head.
not a clean hit.
Yeah, I guess they're going to call that a crackback block.
Hey, how about it, though, from Ethan Lawler? My goodness, take a wobbly screen pass low, you catch it, and you wiggle your way all the way down the field. Unfortunately, this one's coming back.
So it'll be backed up to their 40-yard line. 2nd and 21. So I'm not sure if it was called, looked like it was personal foul. Didn't look to see exactly what the direct call was, but anyway, the screen pass will come all the way back. So on 2nd and 30, they try and get a few yards back, but Courage defensive line again getting the first push, puts them back another few yards, brings up 3rd down.
Just ran right into the waiting arms of Vincent Durfus there. Big 95 in red. You see him trotting over to the sidelines there. Excellent play.
Job well done.
Unblocked. Really just had to wait for that to come, and he just gobbled that one up.
If I'm Valor, I'm saying, all right, Commander, let's go ahead and switch you out for Plum.
Well, it's 3rd down and 34.
And let's go deep to Mr. Madden Williams.
That's not a down and distance you hear a ton.
No, 3rd and 34.
Hey, you chuck this one down the field, you never know. You can draw a penalty, a pass interference.
You do have Madden Williams as well.
Not sure why.
Instead, they will run it.
On the field.
Oh, it's a Jason Garrett call.
Hey, let's surprise him with the draw on 3rd and 1 million.
We get back to the 40-yard line, about a gain of 4. We'll bring up 4th down. So Gill will come out to punt the ball away. This looks to be a promising drive for Valor off the interception called back on the big block at midfield. A couple of run plays gets a total of maybe about 4 yards.
Obviously, the penalty proved to be way costly, but big credit to that Courage defense. I mean, we've seen them step up when their backs have been against the wall after a turnover. I mean, we saw it on the first play of the game. Courage offense fumbles the ball. The defense has to come out there in their own territory, but they've stepped up just about every single time.
And we'll get Stephen Gill coming back out at quarterback here for the Valor.
Good things seem to happen when Gill's running the show.
Courage. Yeah, Gill's been awesome. Got a very strong arm. A little bit undersized, but hey, only 14 years old. This is a kid that can grow. He certainly looks the part.
He just seems right at home in the face of pressure. It's incredible.
Yeah, extremely composed is how I like to phrase it. And there you go. And I think that's when they've been their most successful, Nick and Eric, both of them. You know, you don't have a lot of wasted time. It's, all right, we're in the shotgun. You take the snap, boom. You hit your back foot, ball's out. You know, it's about 1 or 2 seconds, free release, because you don't have a whole lot of time to work with there.
Sure
Both offensive lines have really struggled.
Get into one of those big tight ends. Win.
Yeah.
You got Wynn, you got Milton. It's like any one of these guys, big dudes with soft hands. We've seen both of them make great plays today.
It just builds up Gill's confidence back there, and flags come in before they can get the snap off. It'll be a false start.
And it's no surprise. I mean, we've seen plenty of penalties today, and these guys, I mean, one, you haven't been working with, I mean, the guy to the right and the guy to the left of you, you've known for about 72 hours now. So it's not as though these guys have a lot of experience playing together and a whole new offense, whole new defense, whatever it may be. There's obviously going to be some infractions, and that's to be expected.
Yeah, like Pop said, obviously a lot of Texas kids here that we'll see throughout the game, but a lot of players from around the country meeting each other for the first time. Goes to win again, able to get elevated and makes the catch, but a trio of blue jerseys brought him down for no gain.
So for Aiden Wynn, it's not a play that goes for a ton of yards, but he has got a guy ready to just blow him up there in the flat.
And he managed to not take the big shot. I noticed that too. That was pretty impressive. And it took about all. Thank God there was 4 blue jerseys.
Right?
It takes about all.
It's a
4
load to bring down. Aiden Wynn, this kid's impressive.
And we've seen the soft hands, we've seen the nimble feet, and the dude is big and strong.
And it's probably the best time it's ever been in football to be a tight end.
No question.
With the mismatch problems that they cause.
Be a free play as offsides looks like for Valor right around the 44-yard line.
Nice job with the Cedar Hill kid, Roger Carper, making another play there for the Courage offense.
There might have been a free play with an offsides penalty potentially coming up here on the Valor. They're asking head coach.
There's Jerron Johnson, number 58. Courage, right tackle out there getting some dance moves in again. I've seen it all game long, providing some free entertainment for the people here. He's amped, he's juiced, he wants to get another pancake.
Again, that's just one of the other elements of this kind of 4 or 5 days out here. Yes, you're learning from some of the best, and you're getting to meet all these great coaches and other players your age, but come out here and they're having a lot of fun too throughout this week, getting to meet a whole lot of different players.
Is he wearing 2 different colored shoes as well?
I think so. And then here's a nice run right up the middle, past midfield, able to make a couple of men miss. And it's a first down as it's Ethan Lawler.
A lot of contact there. We actually saw a mouthpiece go flying.
Boy, he took a shot at the end of that play.
These kids, and as soon as you get later on in the game, and we're about to get into the fourth quarter, it starts to set in. This thing's hanging in the balance. You're going to start to see the intensity level rise up that much more.
Looks like that will take us to the end of the third quarter. An impressive run by Lawler as we go to the final 10 minutes of action. 14-7 Valor lead Courage. As we'll be right back as you're watching Middle School Bowl Series, the 2019 Texas Classic here on Game On Sports.
S class, G class, a lot of class.
Start and succeed in a way that's developmentally appropriate for them, because we believe everyone should experience the fun and enjoyment of America's game. Together, we are creating the future of football. Join us at usafootball.com/FDM.
Simplicity done brilliantly creates greatness. I come from the sport of rugby union. I decided to leave my coaching role and only concentrate on contact and collision.
I win the shoulder battle.
For me, was creating a system that can be easily used and understood by the coach.
The system really develops the tackle to a much greater depth than anything that's ever been out before. Traditionally, our tackle practice has focused on the angles of the tackle, but those are often drilled in the best case scenario. We look at some of those worst case scenarios, real tackles we have seen and evaluated.
That far sideline, getting back to the original line of scrimmage, second down and 10.
It's my guy again, Zion Royal. We asked Pops, hey, who the heck is this number 5 who's just been out there flying around, making plays left and right? Wasn't listed on our roster. Well, he was a late addition. It's Zion Royal from Missouri. You know, sometimes you look at a kid, and when you're talking about USA football, all these kids are special, supremely talented, but some of them are just built a little bit different. Zion Royal is one of those kids that's built a little bit different.
Yeah, you can tell he's got the dog in him. That dude just puts his face anywhere. He's not scared of anybody. Big win, I'll come get you.
Try to go to the win right there on the quick slant pattern. Broken up and bring up third down. A dangerous pass. A couple of blue jerseys right in front. So 3rd and 9 on their own 44, down by 7. Gill in at shotgun, bit of a high snap, has some time, going deep, has a man wide open, and just overthrew him.
Great play design,
Coleman
Diego
right
Coleman wide open
Oof.
down the sideline. Gill just couldn't connect. What a shame. That was a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, that was there, and you can tell right now Stephen Gill getting a little bit of a pat on the back. Hey, it's all right. That's one that he's going to go home tonight and wish he had back because it was there.
Yeah, and what a big play that would have been to 3rd and long, down 7 in the fourth quarter. Exactly what you want. Drew it up perfectly. Just couldn't connect.
So 4th down, Courage out to punt. This Courage defense has done a pretty good job throughout the game. When their team needs them to get a stop, they've been able to come up with some of those big stops. Valor will come out right around the 30-yard or 25-yard line.
Let's see if Keshawn Meeks can force another turnover. He's already got the interception. He forced the fumble there at the end of the half. Let's see if he can get his hands on another football.
USA Football's 2019 National Conference with speaker tracks for high school and youth football coaches delivers insight to lift your program. Hear college and NFL coaches, leaders in athletic health, and other experts in Orlando from February 22nd to 24th. Early bid rates are open at usafootball.com. Again, that's usafootball.com for the 2019 National Conference in Orlando, February 22nd to 24th. So
Looked like Valor was trying to get a little trickery going there, but it was read beautifully. The penetration and the aggression from that Courage defense, man, and Xavier Woods steps up once again, but just tons of red jerseys. Plum didn't know where to go with it. He was trying to flip it back to his boy Chavez, who looks to be healthy after that gritty touchdown he got just a few minutes ago. But another great play right there from the Courage. Back him up, get behind the chains, and now it's 2nd and long.
So 2nd and 12. Again, trying to go to the outside. Able to cut back. A nice play by Johnson. Got hit hard at the 30, getting stood up.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous run there from Stephen Jordan.
We've seen the gritty runs, the hard-nosed runs from him, and there he goes once again, shoving off a wimpy tackler there in the backfield. Would have been another huge play from Courage.
It was Jared Jackson.
Yeah,
he had a beat on him right away.
What would have been a 2-yard loss turns into a nice gain, gets into 3rd and short.
And good vision, cutting back inside, weaving his way for a brilliant gain there. And now it sets up a 3rd and manageable.
Got to get it to the 35, 3rd and 3. Up by a touchdown, 7.5 to go. As a man, it goes just through the hands. I believe that was Vincent Robles, the intended receiver.
You know, if you're Ethan Plum, you've been taking a beating all morning long, really. And again, I mean, you can tell when he's coming off the field here, he's certainly a little bit sore, and he actually had time there for a change. But the build-up on being rushed, being hit all day long, you don't expect to have the time, so you're forced to throw a little bit. And that was one where he had a guy breaking open into the flats. Instead, he gets the ball out a little too quick, rushes it, and ends up being incomplete, and now you've got a punt.
That was another thing that happened with Gill on the wide open pass. He had the man right open down the sideline, had the time, and probably, like you said, don't expect to have that time and kind of rush the throw. There's a good punt right down the middle and is fielded at the 40-yard line. So 7.5 to go. 3 timeouts. Courage down by 7. But they've been able to strike before. See if they can put one home here.
And Gill's going to get another shot there to run the offense. Let's see if he can shake off that bad last play that they had there to close out the last drive. And we've seen Gill bounce back before. Let's see if he can do it again.
So 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Gill takes the snap. They're doing the reverse again, and this time they got some room. Dominic Collins to the outside, lowers the shoulder, and walks out a gain of 5.
Really nice job there by Elijah Price. I know he took a shot there on the sideline, but really good job closing. I mean, at first when we saw that play, it looked like there was a lot of green pasture in front of him. Elijah stepped up there at the cornerback position, only giving up 5 yards. That's a win for the Valor defense.
Beg your pardon, this is number 1 Owen Connor, the wide receiver from Claremont, Florida, picking up 5 yards, lowering the shoulder.
Making up for that early fumble.
So Gill steps back, again has time, has a man open, and is almost intercepted. That was Ryan Stepp, the safety coming in.
Owen Connor
it up.
Having to play a little defense there. Nice job.
Absolutely. Ends up being a DB pulling down the defensive back, Ryan Stepp.
Got to help out your quarterback sometimes.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
We've seen Gill make some nice throws today, but that deep ball just doesn't seem to be there.
Takes the snap, has a man open, and is caught and brought down past the 1st down marker, and Courage able to pick it up.
It's plays like that we've seen Gill have success today, the timing plays. Get the ball and get it right out of your hands, move the sticks. Really nice play there from Gill. Get a little bit of confidence back.
Cash Weber with the catch. They're right at midfield now. Under 7 minutes to go. See if Courage and Gill try and stay with those short, quick passes, and indeed they will try a little bit of a screen. will pick up a few yards before getting knocked out of bounds.
And that's really just an extension of the run game there.
Yep.
You know, it's first down. You're looking for something easy. Let's try to get a couple of yards here. Maybe you can go for a first down, but pretty much a guaranteed positive play there. And I like that there out of Courage.
Yep, no doubt. Just get the ball out quick again. Get it out into the flats and see what you can
Let
get
your
out
big
of it.
tight end go make a play.
Yeah, pick up a couple.
Melton picked up 2 2nd and 8 on the Valor 48-yard line. 6:05 to go. Gill steps back again, trying to go deep. Double coverage is almost intercepted.
Right now for Stephen Gill, these balls are just hanging on him a little bit too much. Just a little too much air under that one. Certainly had a receiver open going to the far side of the field, trying to hit his receiver Carson Darby. And if he just pushes the ball with a little bit more velocity and zip to his outside shoulder, Darby's got the ability then to catch that turn and run up the field. Instead, it hangs up, allows the DB time to come on over and break it up.
Yeah, great defensive play there by Cameron Scott. He's off the field now. It looks like he got a little bit shaken up. Let's see if Gill takes advantage.
So 3rd and 8. Gill has a man open, sailed it, it's picked off. A lot of room.
Who do you think it is?
Number 5.
My guy.
Missouri, the late registry. Zion Royale with the pick 6.
This kid is special. He is an absolute stud.
Yeah, the St. Louis kid stepping up, making play after play. He's been a dog all morning long, making plays all over the field, and that right there was the biggest play of the game.
Royal with the pick 6, 20-7.
It's a shame for the Courage. They had a guy open right there in the seam. It seemed like maybe a miscommunication. The timing was off. Whatever it was between Gill and the receiver, they couldn't connect. And Royale steps up with another massive play.
The 4th turnover forced by this Valor defense this morning.
Outside of the outstanding play there by Zion, the rush is what caused that throw. You know, again, another premature throw that ends up being intercepted, but an excellent job. I believe it was James Johnson again, who just has a bull rush, pushes the tackle back into the face of the quarterback, and forces another ball that just hung up in the air, and Zion did the rest.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Medlow was right when he told me at halftime that his team is a second-half team. They've showed it all week long. Looks like Coach Medlow knows his team quite well.
So that defense will head right back out there, up by 2 scores now with 5:47 to go. In 2018, more than 10,000 high schools, middle schools, and youth organizations enrolled in USA Football's Head Up Football program. The nationally renowned program takes a comprehensive approach to a better, safer game, covering player safety and football fundamentals for high school, middle schools, and youth leagues. Enroll your program at usafootball.com/headsup. And we have seen that kind of tackling so far this morning, is not necessarily going for the big hits, but going for the wrap-up, the kind of higher percentage tackles.
Vanden Duggar out there playing quarterback for the Courage now. And the offense hasn't been able to get going too much with Duggar at the helm. Let's see if he can lead the charge. Down 2 scores with just over 5 to go.
Another nice job by Garrison Blair, the local product here from Frisco, able to get out there and, you know, talking with Pops, they feel that this kid could be the future of the cornerback position here at the program. He's built like a rock, has exceptional coverage skills. He gets straight up, lays the wood on receivers. You saw him there coming up in run support, making an excellent play.
I wish Courage would have done more of this, where they have Melton and Nguyen, the 2 tight ends, on the field at the exact same time.
Yeah, man open on that sideline, just a little out of reach. Bring up 3rd down and 6. I've been trying to go with that deep route worked one time, but haven't been able to really connect on those throughout the game.
Yeah, Diego's found himself open quite a bit today, and we saw the big play there on the goal line early on in the game, and unfortunately the quarterbacks haven't been able to connect with him, even though he's been open a handful of times. The deep ball just getting the best of these quarterbacks today. And a lot of it has to do with the Valor pressure, no question. I mean, these quarterbacks have had blue jerseys all over them all game long, but you'd like to be able to capitalize when you get some time and an open guy downfield.
Both defensive lines have been suffocating, and pass again to that far boundary is caught and out of bounds shy of the first down mark.
Even on a play like that, I mean, you have just enough time to get the ball out, but James Johnson, number 77, coming around that right side, or I guess be the left side of the offense, and
it's been a menace
just
all day
over the field. Even when you have time to get the ball out, that you can just feel him breathing down your neck if you're Duggar.
Hey, he's been a game wrecker, and he even switches sides.
Yeah, he can rush from both sides. The dude's been all over the place. James Johnson, Athens, Georgia. Maybe he'll be a Bulldog.
There you go.
The
Finally.
deep pass has him open and is caught at the 40-yard line. So on fourth down, they come up big.
There you go, Duggar.
So that play's been there, right?
All game.
It's been there this
All
entire
half.
second half, really. The issue has been the ball's been sailed too far towards the sideline. You got to give your receiver a chance. That time, it was a perfectly thrown ball, and Duggar able to come up and make the play.
If you had a little less on it, might have been able to hit him in stride, and that would have gone for 6. But on fourth down, we'll take it.
Nice job from Diego Coleman.
Coleman's had a couple of nice passes. This one's almost intercepted, went off the hands of Nguyen.
Yeah, that one just sailed there on Duggar. He had Nguyen open, probably could have got the sideline there. A nice gain on first down, exactly what you want. Carry that momentum from the previous fourth down, huge play. Unfortunately, ball sails a little bit, and now you find yourself in second and long.
Justin Tisdale, the tight end, 47 there in red, is huge. This dude is a giant target. Oh, man. That's not often you see. There's a wide receiver is going to get charged here for the false start. And that was just a little bit, Carson Darby got a little excited.
Yeah.
And that's when maybe the play was designed to go his way. He's thinking, I got man-to-man, this is my time. This is my time to shine.
That's right, eyes wide open.
Bring up second down and 15. Courage trying to come back. Down 2 scores.
Like I said, it's nice with Nguyen and Melton, the two tight ends, 84 and 47, on the field together at the same time. The mismatches they create, and they got Melton out wide. Looks like they're bringing him back in. 84 and 47 next to each other right there on that trips to the right. I bet they look for one of those guys.
See, here's a toss. Able to cut back, now trying to bounce back to the outside. Not able to get a whole lot of yardage, maybe back to the original line.
So I'm 0 for 2 in my trying to be Tony Romo predicting the play before it happens. I swung and missed both times.
Well, and especially in a game like this where the play calling is relatively vanilla. I tell you, this kid Justin Nicholson, though, he's got some nice wiggle to him. Nice little burst.
It's been every time he's touched the ball, it's been a positive play.
Right.
No doubt about it. Maybe they try to get him more involved here as the game wanes down, but the time is not on their side.
Well, in this USA football program have had some very successful running backs come through their ranks. Made some big plays at the next levels. This one sails and goes out of bounds, incomplete, third down.
Van Duggar frustrated with himself there. And this young man looks the part. If you're building a quarterback and I'm going ahead and I'm pulling the 14-year-olds, I'm probably going to pick that kid out of a crowd.
Yeah, no, the ball comes out of his hands nicely. You can tell, he can really spin it, but trying to get the accuracy under control.
That's all it is. And again, it's tough when you're working with kids or with your teammates for maybe 3 or 4 days.
You've known them for about 5 minutes, and the Valor defense
down quite yet.
Has been breathing down your neck all game.
That's another thing. These offensive lines, they haven't had a whole lot of time to work with each other either. Makes it a little bit easier for this defensive unit to get past them.
There's James Johnson once again coming around, this time on the right side, and just letting the quarterback feel his presence as he's done all game.
So turnover on downs. The Valor defense stands strong and will get it back with 3:14 to go, up by 2 scores.
21-7. The Valor up on the Courage. And you have that defensive touchdown that really kind of gave them that cushion.
So a handoff to Jordan, trying to get on that far side, able to pick up a good amount of yardage into Courage territory, close to a first down. Looks like they will give them the first down.
You know, this is the point of the game where you're really happy you have a guy like Steven Jordan on your side, a guy who can really take the air out of a game here and close it out. Nothing like being able to ice the game.
Well, especially a kid that, you know, he seems like he welcomes the contact.
No
he doesn't
question.
shy away from it.
He's not trying to get out of bounds.
Exactly, exactly. A guy who's willing to cut back, understands the situational football that you're in here. You want to keep the clock moving.
Hand it off to him again, right up the middle, able to cut back. Breaks off one tackle and falls forward to the 42-yard line for the first down.
A little sidestep he's got. A little just cut to the left side.
It's good stuff, but it's always to get right back north and south. Yep. He's not trying to dance around, and at the end of the game like this, that's exactly what you want. Chew up clock, and let's just go Jordan to the right, next play Jordan to the left, and that's how we'll close this baby out if I'm Coach Medlow.
First down and 10, like Courage 42. Hand it off again. Able to get back north and south. Takes a big hit, but that kind of propelled him forward a few extra yards.
Boom! Holy cow.
Caden Arellano, really nice stick there, letting out that aggression. Hey, the clock's still moving. We're still playing. Just because we're losing doesn't mean I'm not going to stick you there, Jordan.
Another nice run, though. And kind of just pinching too far inside for the defensive lineman there of the Courage. Jordan bounces it out to the edge, but then what does he do? Cuts it right back inside up the middle.
He's just 5 yards every time he touches the ball, and now it looks like he's out of the game.
Got back maybe to the line of scrimmage. Bring up third down.
Javion Denley now in, kid from Beaumont, Texas.
A little bit more of your speed back.
Yeah, look, maybe Steven needed a quick breather there. Understood.
Third down and 5 on the 37. Valor trying to get one more first down and close out this first of 3 games today, the 2019 Texas Classic. As Cooper keeps it, trying to get to that far side. Picks up a few and will bring up fourth down.
Nice job there, linebacker Jaden Fuller. He's been all over the field today as well. They've blitzed him quite a bit. He's wreaked some havoc, but his sideline-to-sideline speed is pretty impressive.
Yep. No question. I've been very impressed, really, with the entire Courage's defense, and that's why I think when you get a running back like Jordan, he's just had much more success because he's just running between the tackles uphill instead of trying to kick this thing out to the perimeter, where that's really just welcoming the strength of the Courage defense.
Yeah, too much speed on that Courage defense to be messing with the outside runs, and number 16's done a great job just going north and south all game long.
Valor having to call a timeout as the play clock was down to 1 when they broke the huddle. So 53 seconds left. Fourth down and 4 as the Valor try and convert and seal this one up.
It's always good when you can get in victory formation. All they need is about 4 more yards, and they can close this thing out and feel good about it.
First Down introduces kids and parents to the game of football in a fun, free, and friendly format. Kids get active and learn the basics like running, jumping, passing, and catching through hundreds of events across the country hosted by USA Football and community organizations. Kids will experience football for the first time. First Down brings football to everyone and starts them on the player pathway in the football development model. Learn more at usafootball.com/firstdown. There we go, 4th down and 4. Cooper getting chased, has a man wide open, floats it and is caught to the 10-5 touchdown. Stephen Jordan.
An excellent job by Cooper. He rolls out, and the man covering Jordan thinks, oh no, Cooper's going to run. He peels off, leaves Jordan all alone, and Cooper just goes ahead and dumps it off. And wide open is Stephen Jordan. He does the rest, and good on him. Well deserved to get on the board with that touchdown because he's been simply outstanding running the football.
Yeah, not only that, we've seen him through the air a couple of times today. That one obviously resulted in the big touchdown there, but the dude can seemingly do it all.
So Gill on for the extra point and splits the uprights 28-7. Cameron Cooper showing the football IQ. Looked like he was going to try and make a run for that first down marker. Instead, sees Jordan wide open, floats it over top, and able to connect for the touchdown with 44 seconds to go.
Fans, check out upperdecksepack.com.
And Eric, like you said, John Medlow knows his team well. Second half team, very strong second half for this Valor squad.
That's right. He said it all week long. They closed practices better than they started them. In the scrimmage the other night, they finished better than they started. And today, wouldn't you know it, they go in tied 7-7 at halftime. And they come out and they blow the doors open in the second half, 28-7. Really, really nice job finishing strong here from the Valor on both sides of the ball.
Final 44 seconds. McComb able to break free of a few blue jerseys and will step out of bounds at the 40, picks up the first.
Number 17.
David McCombs had a nice game as well at quarterback.
Yeah, getting it done with his legs pretty much all game long. That's been a huge component of this Courage offense. Anytime he's there at the quarterback position, we've seen him do a lot of, design runs to the outside. His vision and patience has paid dividends for them.
Well,
and on a play like that, getting the scramble,
yeah.
You don't find anybody open. It's
high
not
football
designed.
IQ.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just kind of taking what the defense gives you there, moving the chains, just getting positive yardage.
California football kid, McComb. A false start here against Courage.
And good on McComb, too, because he got banged up a little bit earlier in the game. And that's the thing. When you're a quarterback who uses his legs a lot, you're going to take some shots. Mm-hmm. And he did that. Valor put a couple of licks on him, but he's bounced back strong, continued a really good performance. Unfortunately, it's not going to result in a victory for him, but really nice job out of McComb today.
A lot of room to grow in for David McComb, quarterback number 17. Again, at such young ages, will be another false start. But Eric, like you said, he's gotten hit a few times, has looked to be knocked down, rather, a few times, but has stayed with it, made some nice plays. Zach, you mentioned the football IQ for this young quarterback. This time actually be offsides against Valor in the final 34 seconds.
Yeah, you'd like to close out on a better note here. If you're Courage, obviously not going to get the victory, but walk out with your head held high. Fight to the end.
First down and 10, McComb looking to go deep into coverage and is in and out of the hands of Cameron Scott, defensive back for Valor.
Yeah, good coverage there again. And really the coverage has been on point for the most part all afternoon.
So it brings up second down, 28 seconds left. Macomb in this Courage offense looking perhaps for a quick strike. Just end things on the good note. Has a convoy of blockers able to break free past midfield and is tripped up right around the 41-yard line. Another first down for Macomb.
Just keep showcasing the wheels.
He's looking great out there, man.
Just got tripped up, or he might have had a chance for more.
And in today's day and age of football, we see so many more of the dual threat quarterbacks and what that does to a defense, the pressure it puts on them, how tough it is to defend a guy who can beat you from the pocket and beat you with his legs. Macomb seems like, as just a sixth grader, already getting it done.
The last play of the game goes deep, hits the ground, and that will do it. Valor 28-7 win over Courage in the first game of today's triple header action at the Star in Frisco. Congratulations for quarterback David Macomb, named MVP for Team Courage, and then wide receiver Madden Williams is MVP for Valor, but really a lot of very impressive players on both these squads in this first game.
Yeah, I mean, Madden Williams obviously very deserving with that big touchdown grab and a couple other really nice grabs to keep the chains moving for that Valor offense. But, man, how could you not give it to a guy like Zion Royal, who stepped up huge on the defensive side of the ball? Biggest play of the game. It basically put a dagger in it with that pick six here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought that I'd have a man crush on a U14 player, but
really,
Zion Royal, this young man is an absolute superstar in the making.
I'm
just
glad
to go shake his hand.
I'm glad we were able to get his name and get him the proper credit, as we weren't able to do that in the first half, and it was good for Pops to come up and let us know his name just so we could give him the credit, and came up big with that pick six at the end of the game.
But all in all, I mean, congratulations to all these young men that were able to come here and participate in this event, get to experience these 4 days here, in Frisco, playing this game today. It was some great football, and several players. We don't have time to go through them all, but a lot that really stood out today, especially on the defensive lines, the tight end play. The future is extremely bright, and that's why this is the greatest sport on the planet.
You ain't kidding. You said it, and what a dream come true for a lot of these kids. I'm sure we'll see most of them back here over these next few years as they develop even more and they continue to grow and shine on the football field. But obviously unforgettable, a moment, a week, and a game that they'll never forget.
That's a lot of fun. 28-7 the finals. We'll stay right here, the presentation of the MVP trophies for each team. So Macomb from California had an impressive showing, got hit hard a few times, but was able to come back, showed the legs off there at the end of the game.
Handsome kid, what a stud.
He's already got the flow going.
Yeah. California looking sharp, and then there he is, Mr. Madden Williams. Best hands in the business. Look at that mouthpiece. Gosh, that thing's cool.
I love those chains, too. You just say football chains?
Yeah, that'll be hanging up in a bedroom, I would imagine, here in the next 24 hours.
Almost as cool as the turnover chain that they're giving out at Miami these days.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, almost not quite as much shine, but all the swag in the world.
A little bit more class, I'd say.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
Chains
are always a classy.
The canes,
So
nobody does it quite like the U.
Congratulations, Madden Williams and Macomb. On the Courage side, a couple of really good players that we'll definitely see throughout the next couple of years. These two teams showing good sportsmanship going through the handshake line. That'll do it for game number one. Stay with us, though. The Middle School Bowl game series live from Frisco, Texas. Next game scheduled for a noon start. Stay with us here on Game On Sports in the 2019 Texas Classic.